All right, so this is what I roll with. This is my Sawyer and the CNOC bag all wrapped up. I usually just stuff that in a side pocket of the pack because the bottom's going to be wet. You know, it's going to have water in it and drip, so anywhere you don't want to get the rest of your gear wet. And the gasket just goes right here on the bottom. I keep the top closed, and you got to keep in mind this is your clean end. You never want dirty water to get in your clean end and contaminate where the flow is going to come out. So you always want to keep that end protected and make sure the dirty water, which is your dirty water bag, never hits that. So typically, I normally might not take this down to the creek or water source. So I'm usually will just go to the water source if I'm set up at a camp, or if I'm just on trail taking a lunch break or something, and I'll pull the bag out, and it's got this little slider that you want to unslide, and that'll open the mouth. So your mouth comes open on the bag, and these are way easier to fill up than the small nozzle on those Sawyer bags. And if you got a weird shallow place you need to get into, it helps you get really flat and fill up, you know, the 2 liters of water, or scoop up smaller amounts. I'll go ahead and fill up the 2 liters here just to show you for volume. I mean, you can get a ton of water in one of these to save you less trips to the water source if you need to like really restock and refill up. Once I do this, I go ahead and put the slider back on, and that will secure your dirty water. You can transport it like this as a dirty water bag to your next place if you don't have another container and don't want to use a water bag or something of that nature. Once I have it like this and I'm back at camp, I'll flip it upside down, have my Sawyer ready, minding the flow, make sure that the O-ring is in place, and I'll go ahead and unscrew it, take my Sawyer, thread it on there. Typically, smart water bottles are just such an easy, robust water container, and they're cheap. I've got a little latch on there that can lock into my pack strap to help hold it in place. But I'll typically just put that between my feet if I'm sitting in a camp chair. At this point, I'll go ahead and release my safety cap on the Sawyer. You're gonna spill a little bit at first, but I may bleed a little bit out just to get any part, you know, anything that may have been in there. Go ahead and get that out, and I'll bring it over, and I can actually let the water weight kind of rest on that Sawyer, and I'm giving the bag just a little bit of a squeeze and helping it assist. But the flow rate on this full-size Sawyer compared to the mini is drastically different, which means you're going to be sitting here a lot less longer playing with water than you would be enjoying food or whatever else you're getting into. So you can see the flow rate's pretty good. This thing's filling up really quick, you know, and what I want to show you is how much water I've got left over. So here it is, probably about 45 seconds. I've just filled an entire smart water bottle. I've got that much left over in my bag for my other bottles or other water storage. I have a bladder or something. At this point, I'm topped off. I'm good. And go ahead and secure your water. Toss that aside. I've got this, so first thing I want to do, close that up, protect that from dirty water. Go ahead and undo my Sawyer. I like to give this a couple shakes, get the water out of it before I start packing it up. And since the bottom's already open, I'll just dump the rest of it out if I'm not going to use it, or put it back in the creek. And for the first part, I won't close the lid up. I'll go ahead and just roll it up. Get the water out if you don't want to get it in there, and keep it in there. And it's ready for storage again, pointing the dirty water intake down so that it can drip out of a pocket or something if you need it to. But you know, you get back home, off trail, you can always put a couple little drops of bleach in here or something if you want to really keep this sanitary. But I've had it for a couple years and have had zero issues with it, just washing it out with regular tap water when I get home from off trail. But that's it. CNOC Sawyer method, smart water bottle, super easy and pretty dang painless to filter any kind of creek water. And that's it. Good to go.